Hey guys, it's Randy here at etrailer.Com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the NOCO Boost XL. Now this is a lithium ion battery pack that's designed to deliver up to 1500 amps of jumpstart power. You can see it has going to have two very nice high quality alligator clips. Those are designed of course to connect to your battery and then jump you when you get in those tougher situations. Now there's also a nice storage bag that comes with it. Keep everything all in one place, and you're going to have a charger. Now the thing I really like about this, it uses a regular micro USB charger. You can plug it into your 12-volt outlet inside the vehicle, charge it up that way once you're done using it, or you can also plug that into a standard wall charger. It'll charge off of a half amp, 1 amp, or 2.1 amp charger. Of course, the lower amperage you put into it, the longer it's going to take it to charge. That's all going to happen here on the end. There's our USB in, so we'll simply plug that in, charge it up. You can also charge whatever type of electronic that you want. See, we've got our USB out here, so we can plug our charger cable directly into that, charge up our iPads, tablets, phones, or just about anything else that uses a USB micro type C, the newer type, the lightning cables, just about any of them are going to work. You plug them in there as long as they have that USB outlet. Now something else that I really like about this that we don't generally get out of one of the really heavy jump boxes that we have to pack around or out of jumper cables is a lot of safety. NOCO designs their products with accidents in mind. Things are going to happen. Maybe you hook the cables up the wrong way. If you do that with jumper cables, you're going to be melting something on one side or the other. If you do that with a jump box, it's just a dumb battery that you're clamping on there. It has no idea that those are reversed, so it's going to send out power. This does. It recognizes it immediately, and it's going to quit sending out that power, so you're not going to have to worry about any accidents. Also, even with it turned on, the two cables that come with it, these are spark-free cables. So you can touch the two of them together. Nothing happens, no spark, no issues. It recognizes that it's made connection to itself and it doesn't send out the power. If you spark a couple of jumper cables together or touch a couple of jumper cables together, you get a lot of sparks. The same with the jump box. So I like that that's all built in here. Uses a lithium ion battery, and working with customers, they've mentioned leaving these things in their car for 4 or 5 months. Battery goes dead, they bring it out, clip it on, and it works great. So I definitely think this is going to be an awesome thing. It's such a small, compact thing. You can throw it underneath your seat, you can throw it in your trunk, whatever you might have, and really get you out of a tight spot. Now we also have a couple lights on here. We'll go through what those mean right now. We're going to have one here that looks like a snowflake. That indicates to you that the charger's too cold, so we need to get it warmed up, or that our boost pack is too cold. The thermometer here with the plus arrow, that means it's too hot. So if we leave this out in direct sun and it gets too hot, it doesn't want to discharge itself until it gets to a more stable temperature. And then we've got the diamond there with the exclamation point. That's a reverse polarity indicator. You can see by hooking those two together, it triggers that to indicate we've got a problem we need to handle. Now the other one we'll take a look at once we have it hooked up to our battery. That's going to be our boost light. Now of course when connecting these, red goes to red, black goes to black. Once those LEDs start moving forward, you know it's ready to go. Now it's going to look just the same if we reverse these. You notice no sparking, no issues. Immediately it indicates, hey, we got a problem, get it sorted out. That white light, so when we get it connected properly, means it's ready to send out that power, ready to send out that charge. We do have one button right here, red one with the exclamation point. That puts it in an override mode. Right now this is a 800 cold cranking amp battery. We've got it down to about 4 volts, so it's very well discharged. If it gets below 2 volts, this doesn't want to deal with it. It doesn't want to try to jump that. So what you can do if you need to override that, you're going to hold that button down. You can see we start to get that flashing light. That indicates to us that regardless of our battery condition, even if it is under 2 volts, it's still going to try to start it. Now the thing to remember, when you put it in that mode, if you touch the clamps together, they're going to spark. If you hook it up backwards on your battery, you're going to have negative results from that. It overrides all those safety features by putting it in that mode. So I would use that as your last ditch situation, last effort that we're going to do, override it and get our jump on. Now we're going to go just back to normal mode, hit our button there, white light comes on, trickles through. And this one's little brother started the Jeep when it was at about 6 volts, so I don't think this one will have any problem at all with this starting it down at 4 volts. Keep in mind kind of the rule of thumb. This is going to be for many applications, just about any type of vehicle, as long as we're under the 7-liter gas engine size, which is it's a significant engine, a 7-liter engine, or under 4.5-liter diesels. So that's going to be smaller diesels. Your Ford Super Duties, your Chevy Duramaxes, things like that, those are generally over 6.0, 6.7, 7.0, 7.2. So this isn't designed for that. If that's what you're looking for, I'd go with the 150 model. That 150 model delivers 4,000 amps, and it will be plenty to get those bigger trucks up and running. All right, let's see what it does here. Yeah, perfect. Started right up. Now once our vehicle's running, we'll just shut the jump pack off, remove our cables, and we can get this thing stored away until we need it next time. Another thing I think really sets this one apart from a lot of the other ones out there, it's actually in the cable here. The clamps are very high quality, a lot of tension to them there. And you can see they're thinner, so in the tougher spots we can get in there. But it's a silicone wrap cable rather than being a rubber wrap cable. That's just going to help this stay a lot more flexible and malleable so we can get these on the right angle without having to fight them or without them trying to pull back off. Now in some situations your battery is going to be hard to get to. Maybe it's tucked in and underneath a seat like in the Sprinter vans, or maybe it's back in the trunk where it's a little bit tougher. Maybe you're going to be using it on a utility tractor or a side-by-side where it's tucked in and under something, and these clamps just won't get there. What they have is a option. It has eyelets, 2 3/8 eyelets that you can put on your battery and leave it attached. Then when you do have that issue where it's time to jump, you're just going to take this out there, plug it into the eyelets already connected to your battery, turn it on, and fire it up. So gives you good flexibility there. You could put that on 3 or 4 or 5 different rigs if you have battery issues with them, or if they sit for extended periods of time before you use them. And this could just be your handy thing. Walk out there, jump it. You're not trying to stretch extension cords and charge batteries. You're not carrying a big heavy jump box. So pretty convenient and pretty handy. Now we also have a work light built in here. It has several different functions. We've got full power, 50% power, 10% power. We've got SOS, flash, and we've got strobe. So the way you do that, you'll hit the button once to turn your light on. It's always going to go to 100% power. Then within 3 seconds you hit it again, it's going to switch to that next one. So we'll turn it on, go medium, go to 10%, we can go to our SOS, we can go to flash there, or we can go into strobe mode. Now if you don't press the button for 3 seconds, it's going to stay in that same mode, and the next time you hit it, it'll go off. So if we're in high light and we let it stay on for more than 3 seconds, hit the button, it automatically goes off. So just keep that in mind. I don't think this is going to be a spotlight you'll be able to see 100 yards with or anything, but I do think it'll be do a good job of at least lighting up the area so you can make your connections. It's on the same side where our cables are, so if you turn that on, you'll be able to get your clips connected even if it is dark outside. Now I like the convenience of the storage bag. It's going to keep everything together so we don't have to look for it, but it also has a nice compact size. And going in the glove box here, Jeeps, you know, their glove boxes aren't all that big. Got some stuff in there, but if we lay it in there, just kind of tuck it in. See, it closes up pretty nicely. We could just as easily stick that under one of the seats, stick it in a toolbox, one of the storage compartments on the side-by-side, and it'll always be there when we need it, which I find incredibly handy.